Now, treasures are found in dark places, a place that is usually isolated, and a place where you would have to dig so deep in order for you to find this treasure. Now, when your time comes for you to find your treasure, you're gonna have to isolate. It's almost by force, forced by God, by the universe, or whoever you want to call it. Now, some people talk about isolation periods or programs as if it was the best thing that could ever happen to them. Believe me, it was the best thing that could ever happen to me, myself. Now, some people are forced into isolation because they lost everything, or some people are forced into isolation because they went to prison. Now, as a chosen one, hopefully you won't have to go to prison, but you're gonna have to isolate because chosen one, your isolation is on purpose. Hello, beautiful people of the world. This is Lula, and welcome to Awaken the Ego. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you and love you. I'm back with another video, guys, and today I want to share with you how is it that your isolation period is ordered by God. How is it that your isolation period, guys, is divine intervention? You know, now I've been through so many of this isolation periods. I call it programs. Every time I go through these programs, I come out as like I've gone to a new level. It's like I graduated a class and I'm on to the next one, guys. Now, as a chosen one, there's no negotiating this. As a chosen one, there's no way around this, guys. All we got to do is surrender to this, even though sometimes it can feel like this isolation periods are against us. Believe me, it's working. It's all working out in our best interest, guys. Now, after you go through your isolation period and you work on yourself, you're gonna look back at that period of your life as if it was the best thing that could ever happen for you. As if it was a pivotal moment in your life, guys. Now, last year, for the year 2023, it's like I was put into another isolation. You know? Now, when I look back at it, it's like I've done so much change. A lot of things have shifted within me, and it's all thanks to the isolation. Now, what is the first reason? As a chosen one, we must, I said must, go through this isolation period. The first one, guys, is so that we can heal. So that we can heal from our past, so that we can heal from our trauma. The thing about a chosen one, guys, when chosen ones come to this world, we usually have a lot of opposition. We usually have a lot of obstacles. We usually face a lot of trauma. You know? Now, when your time comes, in order for you to fulfill your mission, you're gonna have to go and face your darkness, guys. There's no two ways about this. Because your treasure is buried under that darkness. You know what I mean? You might need to go back and face and look parts of yourself that you don't want to look at. You know? That's why God orders this divine intervention in our lives so that we can take our time to heal. Let me tell you something. In the year 2023, I mean, I've been through a few of these isolation periods, but last year, guys, it was the longest, and it was also the biggest, and it was also the year, I can say, which I've healed from a lot of my trauma. From the trauma I didn't even think that I had. You know what I mean? Now, for example, before this, it's like I had a need to be seen. I had a need to be going out and doing something always. It's like I was trying to fulfill some hole that was, like a black hole within. But now, after I'd faced myself, I did a lot of shadow work. I don't have a need to do that anymore because I looked at myself and I finally came to the conclusion that I was the person that I was looking for. And let me tell you something, that can only happen in isolation. The isolation period, guys, is necessary so that you can find your purpose and also align yourself with that purpose. Now let's go into finding your purpose. Let me tell you something. When it comes to finding out the reason why you're here, which is the biggest reason, in my opinion, guys, this can only happen in isolation. I mean, look at our world, guys. The world is so busy and it's so noisy. You know what I mean? It's almost impossible for you to find out what you should be doing with yourself if you don't take a time in order for you to listen to yourself. Now, when you go into these periods of isolation, you have to get rid of distraction. You have to get rid of things, that is, all the noises that is coming up from the outside, so that you can make sure that this purpose is coming from your soul. You know what I mean? For the whole year, guys, it's like I had very little distraction. You know what I mean? I didn't hang out with anyone. I didn't go out anywhere. I didn't watch much things. All I was doing was searching myself. All I was doing was listening to myself. All I was doing was asking myself, what is the reason of which I came here? The more I listen to myself, the more my purpose is getting clearer and clearer and clearer. And let me tell you now, this is important. And the other point, guys, is aligning yourself with your purpose. Now, for the lucky ones, for the chosen ones that have found their purpose, now that you know what your purpose is, you have to align yourself with your purpose. What does that mean? You have to part ways with things that does not belong on that path, guys. You need to make sacrifices. You need to let go of things, habits, friends, or anything that vibrates lower than you. You need to let it go. And this isolation. So that, guys, when you come out of this isolation, you're like a brand new person. You're like a person that is ready to walk in your purpose. You're like a person that is ready to walk in your path, guys. And I could go into a lot more details, a lot more points, but I don't want to drag this video more than it has to be, guys. If you find yourself in isolation right now, understand this is all for you. And when your time ends, when you come out of this isolation, you're going to understand the reason why God has put you through this isolation. Alright guys, like this video, subscribe to this channel, share this video if this video resonates with you. Until your next vid, God bless and take care. Bye bye.